Stand up and do our nation with commitment for a well-built environment. With dedication to our service, we must arise and build. Help us, oh God, the chief builder, and to promote.
52nd Builders Conference, ONDO, Ishe-Logun Ishe. The Nigeria Institute of Building cordially invites her members to her 52nd Annual General Meeting, tagged Conference AGM 2022, with theme, The Role of the Building Profession in the Maintenance of National Assets. Sub-themes, Executive Order 11 and its implication on building profession in Nigeria, asset management practices for buildings in Nigeria, skills requirements for building assets management, framework on building assets maintenance, building maintenance manual, its role, development and deployment. Scheduled to take place from Monday the 15th to Friday the 19th of August 2022 at the International Culture and Event Center, The Dome, AKURE, Ondo State, by 9 a.m. daily. For registration, visit www.niobnat.org. Registration fee, Fellow 40,000 Naira, Corporate 35,000 Naira, Graduate and Associate Technologist 30,000 Naira, Students 10,000 Naira, Artisan 5,000 Naira, and non-members 40,000 Naira. Make your payment to the National Institute of Building account on 068-994-8802 at Access Bank. National Institute of Building. Be wise, build right, engage registered builders. Announcer, Planning Committee.
Stand up and build our nation with commitment for a well-built environment.
The historic town of AKURE played host to the national officials and members of the Nigeria Institute of Building for 4 days. This is for the NIOB annual conference held from the 15th to 19th of August 2022. Venue of the meeting, the AKURE International Culture and Event Center, known as the Dome because of its shape, had the perfect setting and ambience for brainstorming and thought-provoking sessions.
Arise to do your job. Stand up and build a nation with commitment to a well-built environment. With dedication to our service, we must arise and
The warm welcome and reception of the Ondo State chapter of NIOB helped delegates to be more relaxed and quickly settled for business. It was a welcome steeped in the culture of the Yoruba people. On the minds of delegates at the AKURE meeting are key issues concerning the built environment and recurring issues of building collapse in Nigeria.
This is the first time that building industry in Nigeria is planning to get itself organized. The industry for many years has been left scattered, unorganized, and the effects that we have seen is sometimes the poor quality work that is being produced. We in the Nigerian Institute of Building, we have looked at it that here in AKURE, we are going to take one of the most important steps that will bring about the organization of the building industry. Because builders cannot produce buildings without the artisans and the craftsmen. The artisans and the craftsmen are the foot soldiers that make production of building possible. And we have been recognized by the federal government. We have been empowered by the federal government. In the past, they have entrusted even major programs like the skills development, empowerment under the Empower, and the MBTE with the skills qualification framework has empowered Nigerian builders to make sure that they serve as a body that can award certificates in the area of skills development. But we do not have a concrete association of artisans and craftsmen that will give them a voice, that will make us to partner with them in an organized manner. There are many private labor centers, but we need in Nigeria one central labor center association of craftsmen that will be directly related to the builders, so that when we organize programs, whether assigned to us by federal government or as professional actors in building, we can do it together with our artisans and craftsmen.
The mobilization was massive in participation, cutting across the academia, professionals in the field, including the historic and innovative inclusion of craftsmen and artisans.
I welcome NIOB as they do this, and this is what they did for us. We are looking at this position since last maybe 10 years ago. We at SAN, we are not involved in the AGM, but this year they now call artisan and they involve artisan in their AGM, and this is the first time that I have seen in list that the artisan name in the AGM. But previous AGM, I used to attend some AGMs. Most of the AGMs, we used to see corporate, non-corporate, students, but there's no artisan. But this year, artisan is involved. And we at SAN, we are very happy on that. And we are going to cooperate with NIOB step by step. We used to have some issues with artisan and builders. So which is the people that have the knowledge on it. Artisan and builder are father and mother. It's this one that you drawing it, you to eliminate the structure. So you have to follow the main instruction that are being in the design or in the drawing, that you implement it the way it is. Follow the monomer procedure, follow the instruction of the drawing. So when you follow it, we will have base standard building in our country. I'm very happy for they have now said they want to upgrade us in the building industry. You can start from grade 1, grade 2, up to where you can get a license as an artisan. You have a seal, you have a license, so you have to start by step by step. Now they engage us in that, so I'm happy for that.
Conscious of the future of the built environment in Nigeria, the NIOB holds dear the participation of student members in its activities, with due recognition for its female professionals.
It brings all the builders, that is the electrical engineers, the masonry, the carpentry and other trades together. So we meet every year to bring our heads together and work on what will promote the association.
It's to be part of this event, to be the participant among those who will be in this event. But unfortunately, the way I expect and the way I see this program, it's been a nice one and it's been an interesting one. I would like to appreciate the the Nigerian Institute of Building, which is the motherboard of the building industry in Nigeria. So I would like to appreciate them by what they do, their efforts, what they did by gathering, by making this AGM to be a nice one in AKURE. So I would like to, I'd like to appreciate them on that.
I want to thank the Nigerian Institute of Building for giving the students opportunity to be part of this program. It's a very great pleasure. I feel so important to be here because it's a learning ground to be a registered member of the Nigerian Institute of Building. So I feel so much happy. I'm so glad. I really appreciate the Institute for the wonderful opportunity. I see the Institute going far. I see them taking all over the whole Nigeria. I see them fighting the building collapses. I see them fighting for the right of the builders. So the Institute is a very wonderful institute.
Builder Professor Johanna Izam, Vice Chancellor, Plateau State University, Bokos, Plateau State, who led his executives and other dignitaries, set the tone for the AGM.
And to use this opportunity to thank the governor for making the conducive atmosphere, including the use of this wonderful dome, which is one of the best in the country, and also creating the atmosphere of peace that we are so far enjoying. For our technical sessions tomorrow, I hope there will be intensive learning that will take place. Mr. Governor, let me also inform you that this is the first time in the history of NIOB, and it is happening here in Ondo State, that we will be inaugurating the National Caretaker Committee of our Association of Artisans and Craftsmen. We are happy that representatives of Artisans and Craftsmen, Empowerment Association of Nigeria from all the 36 states are here. They have held an interaction already this morning, and they have produced a National Caretaker Committee, which will appreciate if the governor can also inaugurate on behalf of the Institute later.
I congratulate the Nigerian Institute of Building for this loud program that they have put together, conference and AGM 2022 in the Sunshine State. However, we need to address certain salient issues. Firstly, the state of our nation. When professionals like us gather in an environment and an arena like this, we must address the nascent issues in our country and even internationally. The security situation that we currently face is unprecedented since after the Civil War. Internationally, the war in Ukraine has reversed a lot of the gains of the international community in the recent past. But we thank God that our building profession is on the ascendancy. Also going to work closely with governments at federal, state and local government levels. We are going to propose policies to federal government, to state governments, to local governments, as to housing, as to construction practices, as to things that they will do to generate correct construction methodologies, to build correct houses, and to maintain and manage them. And that takes me to the topic of our conference. I want to congratulate NIOB on this topic because maintenance is the main. And it is embarrassing to us as builders that governments at various levels have come to even accept that we have a poor maintenance culture. My dear colleagues, we must reverse this perception. We must provide the needed technology and expertise to address maintenance in our country. And we are here to do just that.
Some of the problems we are facing in collapses of buildings
is that a builder will believe that, oh, my own is to be as drawn. No, you have more responsibilities. For instance, as a builder, you start from the foundation. And this is where I am. I became very happy when I heard this morning that we are bringing all the artisans into the fold. If a foundation is defective, the building will surely come down, either now or in future. Where you have to dig for 9 inches, you dig for 6 inches from the beginning. The building is going to collapse later or now. Where you have to use reinforcements and there are compromises in the reinforcement, then you are just deferring it. The building may come down. Where the design is for 2-story building, and later you as a builder, they ask you to extend it to 4-story, you agree. No matter the additional reinforcement, the building will crack and will come down. We have been having collapsed buildings in this country because people are not doing their role. But I will blame more, with due respect, but without no apology, that builders, they are the one to save building industry. If you are to build, and the plan is given to you, your duty is to have an elementary idea of reading the plans, seeing what is recommended by the structural engineer, and make sure that these are.
The governor of Ondo State, Rotimi Akeredolu SAN, led the retinue of dignitaries.
Labor force in the environment structure of the state public service has grown rapidly with the recruitment of young and efficient qualified architects, engineers and builders into the various MDAs where vacancies of such have been pending. As I mentioned yesterday, since we came in, we have appointed at least 10 builders.
The ITF is always ready and willing to collaborate with relevant bodies such as these institutes in setting standards and in facilitating policy formulation towards ensuring quality maintenance of our national assets. As a measure to further increase competency in the building sector, we have just concluded arrangements to develop national occupational standards in 2 trades in the construction sector. And these trades are steel reinforcement formwork, steel scaffolding assemblage and maintenance. To accomplish this task, we plan to work in conjunction with the Construction Sector Skill Council, that is, the Council of Registered Builders of Nigeria, and the NIOB.
The strategy adopted at the conference was engaging, as all stakeholders and participants were kept busy from the 15th to 19th August 2022.
Our product is building. Whether you're an architect, whether you're a surveyor, whether you're a QS, finally our product is building. We now have a culture. Before then, we never had any culture. Nobody prompted us that you must maintain. It's only Buhari that said, let me do executive order level so that we can be a culture. A framework gingered by the executive order 11. What is that framework? Is step by step of how we should proceed in maintenance. Before that, I look at the literature review. I have a table there. All the people that were looking at factors of maintenance, they all rally around the culture, which Buhari has done. Now, how do we ensure that we don't do it by analog. The best way to do it is by ICT. If I have a building, I have a CCTV camera who look at the package for 24 hours. I don't need to be coming every day to be checking where is crack, where is the roof that has flown, where is the bed that is dirty, where is the scaling. All I need to sit in my office, look at the CCTV camera, it will tell me where there are scaling or paint.
The AGM had the role of the building profession in the maintenance of national assets as main theme. The sub-themes included Executive Order 11 and its implication on the building profession in Nigeria, asset management practice for building in Nigeria, skills requirement for building asset management, framework or building asset maintenance, building maintenance, its role, development and deployment.
The issue of asset management advocacy and practices has continued to gather momentum in Nigeria due to its added value to the national economy and associated gain in building conservation, maintenance, and value appreciation and wealth creation. However, despite the obvious advantages derived from the globalized and standardized practices, the pace of the practice and operation in this sector in Nigeria has been very, very slow. Hence, the purpose of this paper is to provide an overview of asset management practices, the framework, the broad categorization, and the role of the builder, and the sense case required for practice.
Building is a tangible asset. Intangible asset can be something like patent or something that will bring money like software, and it will go down to several other different types of assets which has to be managed. Vehicle is an asset. When you have a vehicle for personal use and you expect a comfort to be derived from that vehicle, is a tangible asset to you. But if that same vehicle is to be sold and bring money into your purse, is a capital asset. The same vehicle that you own, which is your own, is an inventory in terms of assets. So we have various assets that could be managed. It depends on the side of the ladder you find yourself. However, this asset has different types of way they could be managed. In Nigeria, more especially building, properties and infrastructural assets. There are several ways we manage them. That's why in the keyword you find facility maintenance management, facility management, benchmarking management.
Maintenance of national assets. The order 11 that we've been talking about dwells on a specific type of national asset, that is public buildings. And that is what brings it within our purview. As builders, that is what we are interested in. And that is what we need to focus on. And that is what we need to emphasize our skills and competencies with in relation to. And that, while the first paper attempted to look into various aspects, the situational context for a number of institutional buildings, particularly schools, public and private, that they examined, the emphasis was more on historical records of what is available. We have not really received the guidance as to what needs to be done to effectively manage such assets or these institutional buildings. Because maintenance is something that we've been talking about over the years, and by now we should have really developed this core area of practice such that there is no ambiguity, no
challenges as to what we're doing.
There should be a maintenance guideline or maintenance plan that should be part of the project documents at the proposal stage, and that is where we come in as builders. We need to take advantage of how to navigate through that and make sure that that project, at the any time we start putting the clients on notice about the maintenance of the project, which is very, very important. And that paper one, from the research methodology he adopted, the research was conducted in Jamaica. It proved that now appropriate to title it, and the title in Nigeria. What was it that the title is it in Nigeria? You should have limited it to that area. You know, maintenance practices in Nigeria. You should have limited it to the area that the plan was conducted, so that we know where it applies. And he also made a relevant conclusion by to identify the scope of the paper, which they outlined from the preventive and the corrective and the improving aspect of it. And they identified the critical skills that are very necessary in the management and maintenance of buildings, which is identified at the managerial level, that is the professional level, at the technical level, that's the supervisory level, and the operational level, that's the craft level. These three areas are very, very important in effective management and maintenance of building assets.
The syndicate sessions were thought-provoking and engaging, as issues within the practice in the built environment in the Nigerian ecosystem were tabled and analyzed with the view of proffering solutions. The practice environment and the need for improvement also came under scrutiny.
On the need, the roles of building professions in maintenance of national assets. In the conclusion, we have that the national assets are poorly maintained, poor financial support, lack of preventive maintenance. This is, I believe, as builders and some of our colleagues that are coming from Works Department can also testify that our Works Department are poorly funded, and the implementation of maintenance programs within those units are not being given adequate attention. Based on our recommendation, government should budget and sink more funds to improve the work conditions of Nigerian national assets.
We all know that buildings can never be the same, at least to us as builders. But one of the things that is common to all building is maintenance. And we know that immediately you finish your building or you hand over the building, deterioration will start. Hence, the importance of maintenance. And there are so many authors who share their opinion about when actually maintenance should take place, and the majority of them also agree that maintenance should take place from the design stage. So if maintenance has been considered from the design stage, it should now cut across all the phases of the life cycle of that building. Maintenance, as we know, can actually be procured either internally or externally. When you procure your maintenance internally, that is when you start talking about insourcing, that probably you are using a personnel within your establishment to carry out maintenance. But when you now source out, you require an outsider to bid for it and carry out that activity for a cost. That is when you say you have outsourced the action. The aim of the paper is to develop a decision support framework that will assist policymakers in insourcing and outsourcing maintenance services in tertiary institutions in southwest Nigeria. The objectives are to evaluate the factors influencing the decision to insource or outsource building maintenance in tertiary institutions, and also to develop a decision support framework that will assist tertiary institutions policymakers in decision making on building maintenance, insourcing and outsourcing.
Challenges that I can find mentioned by the consultant are that there is inadequate number of builders. Because this order now it means that all the federal assets, all the federal buildings that are in the country throughout the whole country, be it hospital, be it university, be it polytechnic, just name them, will have to be maintained in compliance with this order. But the question that one will ask now is that how adequate are builders for this assignment? To me, I think builders, the number of builders now are grossly inadequate. With my knowledge of insight, the whole of Lagos State, as many as there are federal buildings in Lagos State, I think there are only two builders in Lagos State. Other the federal, other the other buildings was announcing, only two builders. And then I now wonder how will this be possible? And that is why we complain that other professionals don't go to our profession or white jackets. And that is what happens naturally. When builders that are supposed to do some jobs are not there because they are not there in number, then the natural consequence is that any police professional will just have to be promoted and they have to take it over. And that's what is happening now.
Those who shared their experiences and thoughts include policy makers who help create and regulate the operating environment.
Focus is essential on the maintenance of public buildings or national assets. The implementation of this order will institutionalize maintenance culture, lower depreciation costs, and ensure higher productivity and profitability, and allow more expenditure of funds for incomes into new productive ventures. And we all know, to achieve this, professional builders are very key and very much to this policy. Expectedly, deliberations at this conference will focus on identifying critical roles of the building profession in this important aspect of nation building, as well as fashioning our strategies and initiatives which will advance and strengthen the contributions of the profession. I especially commend the leadership and membership of NIOB for coming up with this topical subject aimed at advancing the economic development of Nigeria.
It was not all work and no play, as the Ondo State chapter of NIOB proved to be a good host by providing entertainment in the evenings of the conference for attendees to unwind from the stress of the multiple activities at the AGM. One of the features of the AKURE AGM was the formal inauguration of artisans and craftsmen as key players in the built environment.
The council also that gives the license to recognize you as artisans and craftsmen is the one that has the law establishing the building profession. That is why the chairman of Council of Registered Builders is also part of what we are doing here. On this brief note, let me have the singular honor
and privilege to declare you inaugurated to your various offices. In the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. May I also invite the chairman of AKURE as we extend a warm hand of fellowship to have a handshake. The first vice president of NIOB should also join in this exercise.
We welcome NIOB as they do this, and this is what they did for us. We are looking at this position since last maybe 10 years ago. We at SAN, we are not involved in the AGM, but this year they now call artisan and they involve artisan in their AGM, and this is the first time that I have seen in list that the artisan name in the AGM. But previous AGM, I used to attend some AGMs. Most of the AGMs, we used to see corporate, non-corporate, students, but there's no artisan. But this year, artisan is involved. And we artisan, we are very happy on that. And we are going to cooperate with NIOB step by step, inshallah.
The artisans and craftsmen came from different parts of the country.
Here in AKURE, the NIOB has brought the artisans together to form an association that will aid the building of the structures in this country, either it being maintenance.
Da mu da su injiniyoyi kan mu haɗe ne, kuma gashi NIOB ta zo ta shigo muka sake zama abu ɗaya sun siya mu ɗaurin kiɗa. Duk abin da za mu iya yi za mu nemi shawara wajen su ma sun gani wani abu zai mana wani abu za su ba mu shawara. A tsakanin mu dai akwai jitayya ba masala insha Allah. Za mu tafi kuma tare.
The Nigeria Institute of Building boasts of thorough professionals with varied years of experience in practice and the academia who have served the institute in different ways.
The 52nd anniversary, the institute has been around since 1970 when it was formally done, and we are in collaboration with Ghana Institute of Building, Kenya Institute of Building, then Australia Institute of Building. And our members are equally with the Chartered Institute of Building of UK. And yearly, some of us do attend the International Builders Show. In all of these places, we are there to share experiences, to know the global trend within the industry, and to keep ourselves abreast of the technological innovation that is within the industry. So we freely, every qualified builder in Nigeria is exposed enough to be able to compete with his colleagues anywhere in the world. And our members have gone many places in the world that they have excelled, as professional builder.
It's been a wonderful time meeting with very senior builders in the country, listening to paper presentations, very incisive paper presentations, getting educated, and also meeting with friends and colleagues from other parts of the country. So it has been an awesome experience. The builders will contribute a lot in bridging the gap in the housing sector in this country by providing their expertise to the relevant government agencies in terms of advice and professional services to ensure that the housing sector is properly harnessed and the deficit is checkmated.
Maintenance is key. You have a road. I'm a civil engineer, a fellow of the Institute of Highway Engineer. You have a road, you have a small pothole. If you quickly fill it up and seal it, then you have saved a lot of money. But if you don't do that in another 1 or 2 years, that road will not become rehabilitation, it becomes a construction, a reconstruction. That is, it's so bad that you can't rehabilitate. You have to remove everything and to have to reconstruct. So what we are saying is that maintenance is key. in every aspect of our life, including our own personal health, in everything that we do.
The institute, we came on board since 1967. We came on board since 1967, and we have been on up to this stage, and we have been increased, and that is because the institute has come of age. We only had Nigerian Institute of Building before 1989. In 1989, Decree 45 of Decree 15 of 1989 chartered Carbon, that is Council of Registered Builders of Nigeria, to be the regulatory body of the profession. So if that decree or law should come into the effect, that shows we have grown over the years, and that shows we have improved, and that shows that we are giving delivery to the Nigerian ecosystem, and we remain part of the 7 notable professions that are chartered by law of the National Assembly. And on that note, we will say that people should judge us, but we are progressing.
When you look at our national assets, the major challenge we have is that of maintenance. And we have to also give credence to the President, Muhammadu Buhari, for conceptualizing the Empower program. Because basically, the Empower program is about skill and artisanal development. Now, we are training artisans because they are the ones that are involved in the nitty-gritty of building production. You need the masons to lay the blocks, you need the electricians to do the electrical work, you need the plumbers to do the plumbing work, you need the carpenters to do the carpentry work. That is exactly what Empower is about. Now, you can see that government is investing in making sure that the youth are skilled. And who are the major beneficiaries that will use this skilled people? It is the builders. And so when we talk about asset maintenance in this era, it means it is in line with the thinking of the federal government, and also there is also a resolution of the National Council on Housing based on a proposal that was submitted by the Council of Registered Builders of Nigeria, that artisans that have been trained should form like cells within the states and should be used for maintenance of public infrastructure. So that means if you go to a local government, you have artisans there, they should be the ones, they should be formed into groups that they will be involved in maintaining of the stadium, maintaining of, let's say, the local government and other public infrastructure. So for us, choosing the theme of this AGM is not only timely, but very, very relevant. And it further justifies the investment that the government itself has done in the Empower project.
Female members of NIOB have a sense of pride in the inclusive approach of the leadership of the professional body.
We have many agenda for women builders because we have been trying to encourage them to come up. The NIOB itself, the profession is dominated by men. So we are now trying to make sure to encourage women to come, and they are all coming up very well in different fields. So that's why we come up as an association to try to encourage them.
Being a builder, a female builder, you can get to wherever you want to get. There's nothing that an accountant can achieve or an engineer can achieve that being a builder as a female you cannot achieve. You build your houses, you can have your mansions, you can have cars, so many things, and you impart knowledge on so many people.
As the Association of Professional Women Builders of Nigeria, we try to bring all the women in the Nigerian building NIOB, bring them to the women and try to encourage the upcoming, especially we stress more on the girl-child education. Girl-child education in the building profession. Because if you take stock about the population of girls studying the building profession, they are very few. The number is decimated, it's very low. So we are trying to see how we can beef up this number and encourage them to let them know that no, a woman place is not kitchen. Stay at home and just be having, no, it's more than that. We have passed that bus stop in our life, so we try to encourage them.
Being in this industry as a female, initially when I graduated, I didn't like it because the male dominance was threatening and intimidating. But as I grow along it, I tend to enjoy it, I love it, and I think there's nothing wrong about it being here. The world now is a bit gender sensitive globally, and being in a male-dominated field, as a female, you are likely to enjoy some of those privileges, no matter what is the population, the competition, you're still able to enjoy some little considerations from the male. So I think there is good prospects for the female.
That I got into this profession by accident. You know what happened? We were preparing for our IJMB exams in those days in the School of Basic Studies, AB Uzaria. And I went there. I was preparing to read medicine because I wanted to be a surgeon. We women are already natural endowed by the Almighty God Himself. So because we are homemakers, so we came to the profession with these natural gifts, and believe you me, I feel we women are getting somewhere. Although it is not easy in the society today, because the African culture, and God Almighty Himself has made you the men folk, the head of the family. So even to convince people around that what men can do, I don't believe that we can do better, but we can equally fit in. And that's what we are doing, honestly.
The mentorship process of NIOB is an exciting experience for its student members.
The Nigerian Institute of Building have been able to groom us, and we come in to learn in the workshop like this or in the conference, and we have given all our best out so that I can be a better builder to build our society. The topic is a good one because not just in Nigeria but in Africa they lack maintenance culture. So if builder can handle this perfectly well, then every facility in Nigeria can be maintained and last longer than before. Then we'll have a better society and a better structure in the society that will be good for people to live in and continue to do their business, and that will add to the profit or the growth of economy of Nigeria. So every session that I've handled here is an interesting one.
Thank the Nigerian Institute of Building for giving the students opportunity to be part of this program. It's a very great pleasure. I feel so important to be here because it's a learning ground to be a registered member of the Nigerian Institute of Building. So I feel so much happy. I'm so glad. I really appreciate the Institute for the wonderful opportunity. When I go back to school, I will tell the younger ones, especially the upcoming, the year one, the ND one, that they should be part of the students, builders. That means they should be a registered members of the Nigerian Institute of Building. That is, as the earlier they start, the better for them. And for them to know why, the importance of being a registered builder in the society. Because majority of them don't really have the idea. So I've really learned a lot. And as a student, I'm in my final year. By God's grace, by next 2 years, I should be writing my professional exam. So at least with my 3 years experience, I'm so moved to be a builder.
Workshop is a very good one, most especially in professional courses like engineering and other related building building courses. It's a very nice one. we don't deal with practical aspect or theory. We don't deal with theory aspect. We go with both practical. So with the workshop, there's some certain knowledge which you acquire, which you cannot be given in school or in class. But by this conference, you get more knowledge by your profession. You see more participants from different countries, different part of the countries, and other people in and other members of the board. You see them here, so that will give you more connection, more interference in the field you are studying.
As it is usual at most AGMs of the NIOB, some members are upgraded, while new ones inducted.
I'm glad to be loyal. I'm committed to the Nigerian Institute of Building in promoting the science, technology, management, and the practice of building construction in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Congratulations.
This moment is a moment of joy for each one of us. I want to assure the leadership of the Nigerian Institute of Building, and we pledge that with this honor, this prestigious honor, it will spur the new inductees to do more and give unfettered commitment to the cause of progress of the Nigerian Institute of Building. On behalf of the new inductees, I want to thank you and say we have accepted this offer wholly, fully, with enthusiasm to take the institute to the highest level. We will go back to our respective domain to carry on the campaign of what this institute stands for. I believe in no future course you will see us adding more achievements and more contacts that it desires us because of this feather that we added.
NIOB recognizes the contribution of those who make impact on the built environment and society.
Collapsed buildings, that is what we are advocating seriously. We need the builders to be at the forefront. That's what we really are talking these days. Because as it is, most of the buildings that we're having some collapses, you cannot even trace any of the builders to it. But we are trying our best, and I think very soon, the moment we, in a country that you don't have building regulations, something you can fall back onto, like the building code, you have a lot of problems. But the good thing is that we are still preaching to the world that very soon, and I believe very soon, when the building code is approved, there will be standard, there will be regulations, there will be specifications of things to be followed, so that when anything happens, one will really know somebody to grab. Most of the collapses, they've never held anybody responsible because we've not had any law guiding us.
Among the recipients of the award is the governor of ONDO State, Rotimi Akeredolu, and other dignitaries.
Now, my honor and privilege as the representative of the regulators of the building profession in Nigeria, the Council of Registered Builders of Nigeria, to stamp our approval on your conferment as an honorary fellow, the Nigerian Institute of Building. I read your certificate, the Nigerian Institute of Building. This is to certify that His Excellency Arapuni Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, having satisfied all the required conditions for election into the honorary fellowship grade of the Nigerian Institute of Building, has this day, this 17th day of August 2022 under the authority of the National Council of the Institute been admitted as an honorary fellow, given under the common seal of the Nigerian Institute of Building. Mr. Governor, your number is honorary F0045. Congratulations.
Okay. On behalf of the Nigerian Institute of Building, I have the honor to present this Award of Excellence to Town Planner Odunlami Olusoga Olatuni, Fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners, and Honorable Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development of Ogun State, in appreciation of your valuable contribution to the development of building profession. And I dare to add, in Ogun State, for which you have become the darling of Ogun State builders. Congratulations, sir. This is dated this day, 17th August 2022. Congratulations. It is indeed an honor once again to make this presentation of the posthumous Award of Excellence to Professor Akindoyini in recognition of his contribution to the development of the building profession. Too numerous to mention, as captured heavily in his citation. I am doing this on behalf of the Nigerian Institute of Building on this day, the 17th of August 2022. Congratulations, sir.
The chairman of the planning committee and third vice of NIOB displays his experience in the success of the AGM.
AGM and conferences allow us to mix words with pleasure. I encourage members and our guests to take advantage of the beautiful hospitable city of AKURE to enjoy your time and stay here in AKURE and obey the security protocol put in place. AKURE welcomes you and other visitors. I want to appreciate all of us that are here once again who honored our invitation with our esteemed presence and the listening pleasure. May the grace of God Almighty be sufficient for all of us.
That outing was very, very good and encouraging. In fact, that outing surpassed what we had projected. Think of the AGMs I have ever witnessed. That the AKURE AGM is one of the best AGMs I think we have had in terms of the turnout of members as well as how smooth it was.
The hospitality, culture and tradition of the people of Ondo State will remain indelible in the minds of those who attended Ondo 2022.
Stand up and build a nation with commitment for a well
We must arise and build. Help us, oh God, the chief leader, and to promote